Hello, I'm Christy Johns from Australian Online News. Not long now until Queensland election day, and candidates are still very busy campaigning. One of those is Deb Lynch, who has formed a new party called the Legalise Cannabis Party. Deb, tell me a bit about the party and exactly what you're fighting for.
Okay, the party came about, it was a group of people who were going to be independents who were all cannabis activists. We wanted law change, and we weren't getting that with the current crop of politicians that are in there. We have tried for 6 years to do that, and we're just not being listened to, and we're not being taken seriously. So we decided to start the party. Within a month, we had over 1,000 members had signed up, so we were able to get registration in a very short amount of time, which I think indicates the support that we've got for cannabis legalisation here in Queensland. And basically, we would like the laws changed both for cannabis and for hemp, particularly for hemp, to open up and take away the red tape so that we can have a hemp industry here. The estimated amount of jobs just for the supporting industries that can be made from things like biofuels to textiles and fabrics, the flow-on effect to jobs. There could be 30,000 new jobs in this post-COVID economy that no one has even considered. There's a huge industry just waiting out there to have the red tape removed.
Why is this so important to you, to legalise cannabis?
To me personally, I have an incurable autoimmune disease for which cannabis is the only thing that's given me any relief or any quality of life or any pain management. It's a high pain condition, as well as needing to have the laws changed because I can't afford to go through the legal system. The products I would require would cost basically the equivalent of what I get in a whole pension every fortnight. So the prices and the delivery system that is currently in place needs to be changed. That's one of the reasons I'm fighting. And because I can't afford my own, to go through the legal route, I was involved in the judicial system, and I go to trial tomorrow on 5 charges, including producing and possession. So it's about getting the laws changed. End of story. I need it because I'm sick and it's the only thing that works. And that between lobbying and fighting through the judiciary, we don't really have any other options. It's not like we have a citizens initiated referendum or any such thing in this state. So these are the only ways we can do it. So we started the party in order to stand candidates so that if we could get someone onto the crossbench, then this could be addressed in Parliament. At the moment, it's being ignored by all of the parties.
And you've been fighting those charges for some time now, haven't you?
1,228 days.
Wow, you're counting.
3.5 years, yeah, but who's counting?
What do you do now to help yourself and to get this cannabis that you need?
Continue to lobby government for law changes. I've got a petition going at the moment in Queensland for anybody who lives in Queensland, asking for a moratorium on arrests and on other changes to the health and health regulations in the Drugs Misuse Act, which would give everyone in Queensland access immediately if those changes were implemented. That's really all I can do, is just keep lobbying government, fighting through the courts. We don't have any other options. Rallies are just a waste of time because no one turns up. People are worried about being arrested, being identified as being users or supporters. So you get the same 50 to 70 people there each time, and that's never going to change the laws.
Yeah, it's interesting to see jurisdictions have different opinions on cannabis. In Canberra, for example, you can even grow some plants, whereas here it's totally illegal.
Yet here, patients can't even get access. It's just not good enough.
Media have described you as a pot-smoking granny. Are you comfortable with that description?
I have no problem with that at all. It was through smoked cannabis that I first was introduced to the health benefits after I had a spinal injury. And to be honest, to this day, I suffer from complex PTSD, and it's the smoked cannabis is the only thing that keeps that under control. and it works quickly, it works efficiently, and I am not going to look down my nose at a treatment method that is effective.
So what are the current rules in Queensland and what exactly do you want changed?
Okay, we would like, we don't just want a free for all, you know, we want access for all. And at the moment that you can get a prescription, an authorization through the TGA, through a doctor, if you can find one to prescribe, or you have to go to one of the clinics in order to be prescribed. It's very expensive, although the application process is quite easy and it's very quick. The prices involved eliminate a lot of patients from being able to access through that route. I would like to see a regulatory system set up here. One of the suggestions we made was something like a licensing, where instead of a doctor prescribing for you, you could have a doctor recommend cannabis like they do in other jurisdictions overseas, take that recommendation into, say, the Justice Department, be issued with a license, which would enable you to carry around X amount of product or have X amount of plants growing at home and be covered, you know, against any arrest or any seizure of your medicines. That's a huge thing too. It's not just about the arrest. It's about the fact that when the people are arrested, all of their medicine is taken away from them. There is no other treatment product, be it, you know, in say cannabis, that for which this is done. You know, if you're being treated with a medicine, the police don't come in and take it away from you because they know that there could be dire consequences to that. Where cannabis is concerned, that's not even a consideration, and that's wrong. After I was arrested and my medicine was taken away, over the next 12 months, my condition deteriorated to the point where I had to have my leg amputated. And I know that the interruption to my treatment and the ability to be able to access medicine was a contributing factor in that.
Yeah, that's just awful. I'm really sorry that you've been through that situation.
You know what? Now gives me a steel leg that I can hit them over the head with and say, you know, like, change these laws. Just change these laws.
How many candidates do you have in this election and what is your message for voters?
We have 23 candidates standing from Townsville all the way down to, I think, Burleigh is our most southern candidate. We're not just a one policy party. Yes, we are all bound under cannabis legalisation. That is the one policy we are bound under. Outside of that, we're not like other parties. We're not held to party policies on any other subject. It's up to each individual candidate to stand similarly to an independent and represent their area, to represent the people in their constituency, not what the parties want. I think that's sadly missing in politics these days.
Yeah. And just finally, what are you expecting to happen in court tomorrow when you face those charges?
I would like to have a not guilty verdict. I don't think that's a practical expectation because the magistrates have to follow what the legal boundaries are for them. However, my barristers have assured me, and these barristers are representing me pro bono, that if I am found guilty tomorrow, that they will represent me and challenge this all the way to the High Court. I can't ask for any more than that.
Well, best of luck in your battle and good luck in the election. I hope it all goes well.
Thank you.